Welcome back, everybody. We're back with part 2 of what's the topic that we're going to be doing right now?
What the fuck?
What the fuck relationships?
Yeah, what the fuck relationships? Let's just go into this nitty gritty hardcore. What the fuck? And I'm going to start off with this.
Wait, before you say that,
yeah,
something I want to say before we cut into this one was that it's a good conversation to have right now with pandemic. The way people feel right now, because a lot of people, they feel lonely as shit throughout this whole time. A lot of people are going through fucking Bumble, Tinder, and not finding anyone or whatever, and they feel really, really lonely. So this is actually
I'm actually glad you brought that up, but I'll bring that up later on about the whole Bumble, Tinder, and all these dating apps and stuff like that. We'll circle around to that again. But as always, I am with Mochiarty. I'm with Citrus Coin.
Yo.
Who better be hydrating.
I'm a gopher. I live in water.
Gotcha. And my homie, my PIC Obi Debo. Yo. Or as he says, moo. So, we're going to start off with my embarrassing story of what the fuck. It happened to me when I was just a wee lad. I want to say 3rd grade.
Should I play the violin?
If you want, that's up to you. My rival at the time since kindergarten was this annoying ass child. I'm going to have to change his name for law purposes. I'm going to say Eobod Cooks.
I mean, I was going to call him fucking Billy.
Well, in...
Billy Eobod Cooks. There we go.
Billy.
How about B.E. Cooks? There you go.
There you go. Well, I called him Pig anyway.
There you go.
Language, people. Language.
Yeah, language. Sorry, language. I'm going to bleep that out later. Either way, he was this annoying ass sniveling little kid. If you ever seen that show Recess?
Yeah.
I forgot that kid's name that was always with the teacher, Miss Finster or whatever, and he always told on kids.
Right.
Oh,
he was like that, but not in a tattletale way, but he was a real villain where if he did something wrong, he would try to get to the teacher. No, he would try to get to the teacher first and tell a lie and say that was the person that did it, not him.
Yeah, he tried to blame someone else, piece of shit.
Oh.
Yeah, so if he knew that somebody was going to run to the teacher and tell on him, he would get there first. Somehow, some way, he always got there first and told the teacher what happened. So it was just like, what the fuck? So, this led on to our rivalry all the way up to 3rd grade, where I met this beautiful angel of a woman who was
woman at 3rd grade?
Listen.
In his mind.
She was 2 grades ahead of me, okay?
Oh,
okay. That's a woman. Oh, okay.
And she was like the star student of the school and stuff like that. Her and her sister. Well, I was in love with her at the time. Mm-hmm. And Eobod or E.B. Cooks knew this and always tried to tease me in front of her and stuff like that. And you know what made my heart flutter though? She saw how badly he was picking on me, and she came to my rescue.
Aww.
Hugged me, berated him, and I was just like, oh shit. When that song came on, When I First Saw You, I said,
wow.
Oh my,
you
what a dream.
continue to cry for more time?
God.
Came home, and that's when my mom knew that puberty hit.
At 3rd grade?
Yeah.
I need.
I'm sorry. When you live in the hood, you are early bloomer. You just knew that women were just like, yes, I want to.
I mean, just because you saying, never mind.
No, speak your mind. Speak your mind.
That has nothing to do with puberty. You liking women or not?
Well, it's a joke.
For the sake of the story. For the sake of the story,
okay? God damn, Obi. Why you gotta be that guy?
My head twisted all the way upside down. Like, wait.
It's the joke. You know that everybody associated puberty with you being liking girls and shit like that. You know that joke?
I guess.
Shut up.
Whatever, man. You do you.
You know what? Screw y'all, alright? My story, man.
About this beautiful 5th grade woman you so speak
picking
of.
on me and
yes,
shit.
this 5th grade woman.
Anyway. Damn it, shut up. Anyway. So my mom was cracking up on me and shit like that. Because I was just like, you know, you come home from school, and I was corny like that. I was like, yo, Ma, how do you know you like somebody? And here she go with her jokes, boy or girl. And I was like, huh? She was like, never mind, girl. Okay. So she tried to be funny.
Your mom was wholesome. I love that.
No, she was fucking hilarious. She just jokes. So she was like, you start feeling something. You're like, what do you want to do for this girl? And I was just like, I don't know. I want to cook her something. Make her something nice. So I made her cupcakes. Right. She accepted them. My heart just went 3 sizes too big. But Eobard was plotting. He saw the exchange. Then he slapped the cupcake out of my hand.
Oh, hell no.
The rage came out.
Oh.
I beat the living dog mess out of that boy. But here was the twist. After it was all done, we scrapped. We get pulled off. She runs. And you know, in your own mindset, when you're in love, you're thinking, here goes my princess coming to aid me and help me.
I thought I was the other way around.
Can I fit? Damn! Why? Why are you the way you are? Jesus!
You know, I ask that question all the time, but anyway, go on.
I thought she was coming to aid me, help me fix my hand and my wounds and stuff like that. But it was like somebody hit the turntable on the record, and she went to aid Eobard, and she looked at me with conviction and disgust.
I know why.
And she was like, get off him. You don't do that to him. And I'm like, excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
What did I miss?
I can tell you.
And so I was like, I felt hurt. My whole world just went black and white and crushed. And she was helping my villain.
Wasted.
And at that point, I realized I don't like church girls anymore. Because I realized, and when my mom explained it to me when I was in the principal's office, and the girl of my dreams is over there defending Eobard, saying, look how big he is, and look how little he is. And he's just eating it up. And I lunged at him again. At that moment, I didn't give a fuck. I was in trouble anyway, so I didn't care. But yeah, she explained to me, and she was cracking up the whole time, my mom. She was like, yeah, women are going to be fickle. Some women. Because she is one of those types that's trying to help everyone. As you said, she goes to church, and her belief is that everyone is innocent and everyone is evil. So she's going to flip-flop and be at aid to those that she feels that is in trouble.
I really hope as she got older, she got smarter.
I don't know because I totally ignored her. Like, I gave her the snub nose. If you ever seen that movie, The Next Karate Kid, where she almost killed that bug and all the monks ignored her for the almost half of the movie, that was me with this young lady. I purposely went to detention because she tried to talk to me multiple times about what happened and tried to, like, you know, console me or try to give me pamphlets to talk about my anger issues and stuff like that, where I purposely put myself in detention to avoid this woman. But I forgot the kind of pull she has, where she actually came to detention and still tried to act like a mentor or whatever. And I was just like, at this point, that was my first time I said the B word.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, bitch, if you don't get out of my face, I will show you what God really looks like.
Whoa.
And she was like, oh, I can't believe
Blasphemer!
I was only trying to help.
Exactly, that type of... See, this is why you're going to hell. Because you're sinning, and your anger is going to send you there. You got the devil in you. I was like, bitch, you don't even know what kind of demon I am. And I got in trouble again, so I didn't care. But my mom understood, and she totally got in that girl's face, and I was so proud of my mom. My mom defended the fuck out of me. She was like, stay away from my boy. It's going to be me and my Reeboks up your mouth.
Oh.
My mom did not play. But, you know, she understood how naive I was as a child and as a nerd. You know how that goes. Protecting her son from the evils of harlots.
I think that's my favorite part about this conversation is like growing up, you know, like us being like geeks and shit. Like, I don't know about y'all, but no one really expects that, you know, like.
Well, I was too drummed up
from the small fry, you know.
I was too drummed up in movies thinking that the strong dude will get the woman, and if you address certain issues and deal with certain issues, that she's just gonna be like, yes, that's a man. No, it's all a lie. Women just get scared, or people in general just get scared of you if you go a little bit too far. Even though that person deserves it, that fear will stay with them, that they know what you're capable of. And that's been my downfall for years, I think. I'm just blacklisted.
I mean, I feel that, but like I know for a lot of young girls, or even for young women, there's I must be saved.
I am no longer Captain Save-A-Ho. That title has been retired a long time ago. It's been turned into the word simp, though, but no, I will not be Captain Save-A-Ho. No longer. I rebuke the cape. I'll give it to Superman. Stop. But yeah, that's my what the fuck story. Just one of many.
Well, so it started in the 3rd grade.
Yeah. That's where my downfall hit.
And you said that, like, that's where you feel like you...
I could tell a quick one.
Where you felt like you learned, like, kind of created your base for how to meet women.
I didn't say I learned anything from that. I just felt that's where it started. Where I knew that my taste in women were bad. I didn't say I learned from it. No, of course not. I didn't learn from it. Please. My crazy choices in women went on for years. Even recently, yeah. So, yeah, I didn't learn. It's weird. I don't know.
It's a long-standing issue, probably.
It is.
And it's like it's a very personal journey when you start finding out you have a particular type and it's unavoidable, but you keep getting yourself stuck in that type.
And I'm trying to
like the whole, like Halle Berry always picks men who like beats her.
Jesus.
She doesn't know why she keeps ending up with these shit men. It's because she has such a bad relationship with her father and he abused her. And she doesn't even realize how to stop herself from picking these men.
Yeah, my problem is that I'm always picking the girls that need saving, or seem that they need saving, but then they end up being users.
Manipulation.
Yeah.
It's a very strong thing.
And it's like, I'm not going to say that I have a good heart or anything like that. And I'm like, my heart is okay. I'm not saying it's good or anything like that, but they do take advantage of that situation.
Yes, Lord.
Okay, Mr. Church God. What the fuck?
Obi, give me something. What is your comment? I feel like you have. I feel like I only scratched the surface upon you.
He's preaching right. He is preaching the right words.
Oh man, it just hurts me that I fell prey to the movies and romantic comedies that I always watched, thinking that it's
Why do you
supposed
think
to turn
that
out
is?
like that. Because it's that hope. It's that hope that we have in our mind that true love is going to be out there, and that obviously these movies must have got it from somewhere. But then you realize later on in life, when you become an adult, that it's all bullshit. Just like how
These movies be fantasy.
Like a comic book, it's always the nerd that gets superpowers, but that doesn't work that way in the real world. Captain America started off as a skinny, scrawny kid. Well, Eddie Brock wasn't a nerd, though. Eddie Brock was
That's
actually...
what you said, the nerds always get the superpower.
Yeah, but he wasn't a
I don't
nerd.
know,
He started off as a...
Musk, man.
The thing is that he was a jerk.
He was always a piece of shit.
Yeah, Eddie Brock was always a piece of shit.
But you said the nerds get the powers. Yeah. I just wanted to show you were wrong.
No, I'm talking about in comic book world.
Yeah.
But
he's a comic book world.
What? Eddie Brock is not a nerd. He was a straight up bully and a jerk.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm
proving your
point. I'm proving your point wrong.
No.
Because you said the nerd. You said the nerd always gets the power, and I'm like, but Eddie Brock got the power. No. He wasn't a nerd.
That's not the example I'm talking about. Eddie Brock is a different example of a jerk becoming a good person.
I don't care about that part. I'm just telling you. He
Well,
was
that's
a jerk
not.
that got
Wait.
powers.
See, that's selfish thinking right there. It's not your story. That's
It's
what
not
my
the
mentality
story.
was. Because you
Oh,
showed in the
okay.
comic book that the nerd gets the girl, like Revenge of the Nerds, or like Peter Parker or Steve Rogers, who become a superhero and get all big and strong. Because Eddie Brock started off as a villain; he wasn't a nerd, and then they made him a good guy later on.
Yeah, because he had a kid now.
Yeah, but yeah, it was like that type of thing where the nerd gets the girl and stuff like that all the time. But no, that's not how reality works.
No, of course not.
I mean, I guess it really depends, like, how, like, your own perception of that sort of story, right? Like,
Yeah.
Not everyone's gonna get like a hot redhead, but you may get like someone who really is like the love of your life.
Do you want a Lambo or do you want your good old steady Honda Fit? What do you want? Which one do you want?
Yeah.
Well, that's the moral.
That's gonna be your Mary Jane.
The moral of this story, if it was like the last day of my life and I had to leave some words of wisdom, I would just tell people, don't fall for the fantasy. Because honestly, it's not about. It comes down to who you are as a person. Because my personality is the reason why I'm single. Because I've seen all sorts of people in different relationships. You see the hot girl with the ego-looking dude, or the ego-looking girl with the hot guy. So it must be the personality. Your personality makes it work. And if your personality is bad,
life ain't over yet. Okay, your life ain't over yet.
I was using an example of if I was on my last deathbed.
But you're not.
That would be my words that I would leave to the world.
Okay.
Oh? Are you trying to do that villain voice? Because I'm not falling for it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still laughing.
All of y'all can go to hell. All right? I don't want to talk about. Let y'all talk. I don't want to talk.
So who's next?
Obi.
Okay.
I need to know.
You need to know. You need to know. Okay,
tell me everything.
So, all right. So throughout my entire life, I didn't even realize that until this last relationship, where I was like, you know what, I need some time to like really evaluate myself. Not even the relationships, but myself. Where I was like, I definitely have a type, and it's not a good one. It is toxic as fuck. Of course, there's always times where you think to yourself, like, I'm the nice guy. Why am I going through that? When I first learned that lesson was the first time that I told myself, you know what, I'm a nice guy. And right there I told myself, see, that's where I'm fucking up. I just told myself I'm the nice guy.
Yeah,
Somebody
women don't
else.
like that shit.
Exactly.
They don't like that nice guy shit.
Exactly. That's the first thing that I was like, you know what, dude? Sure, you may be a nice guy, but it's not up to you to decide that shit. It's somebody else. I've never said that to somebody else, though. I never got out and said, like, oh, I'm a nice guy. No, it's just I came to the realization, like, once a person tells himself, I'm a nice guy, or whatever,
they're an incel.
Yeah, you're definitely yeah, you are so wrong. So that was the first growth, self-growth. Second was again, going through all the different relationships. I noticed there's a pattern. You have to notice there's a pattern in order for you to grow. Because if you keep repeating the shit, nothing's gonna change. So that's what happened throughout my life with the women that I've been with. I've been Captain Save a Ho. I've been the guy that's like, these are the rules, but not like a douchebag, but more like, yo, I have a job from 9 to 5, and sometimes it's even past that. So there are times where like I won't be able to make it home on time, or some shit, just blah, shit, little things like that. I want you to know how it is to be with me or someone like me. I've also been the type that's been very forgiving. And that's always turned out into like a really bad decision. The best bad decision ever learned was taking back someone that cheated on me. That was fun. That was really fun. Took her back, and she did it again. I forgave her, And she did it again. So, of course, I'm like, you know what, dude? You're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. Stop with this shit for a while. So I did. I stopped. I don't know what it was back in the day, but when I wanted to be in a relationship, like today I could be like, no, I want to be single today. Tomorrow, I could be in a relationship in no time. I don't know how. I don't know why, but that was just it. And that's another thing that I learned through all this shit that I'm like, you know what? This last girl, she even went all the way to another country. And she cheated on me then. And she even told me, because she was so shit-faced. Yes, I've been meeting some guys over here, and I'm like, word? Yeah, that's what you did with them? She even told me what she did with them. And I'm over here like, well, she's drunk as fuck. Just listening to her like, yeah, great. I hit up her one friend that was living here in the States at the time while she was away. She's like, Obi, I am so sorry that I didn't get to warn you about her. I'm like, yo, I've known her for 10 years. 10 years. And this is how she's going to do me. I never knew she did any of that. She's like, yeah, no. What happened was her last ex really treated her like shit. And now she's rebelling. She thinks that she's going to be able to do that to everybody else. And I'm over here like, oh, even me? She's like, yeah, even you apparently. I'm like, oh, okay. Cool. Let's just no. Let's just end it right here. She even came at me with the whole, I think I'm pregnant with your kid. I'm like, you're definitely not pregnant with my kid. You've been in that other country for about a month or two now, and you even told me that you cheated on me. So you might want to get checked. You might want to make sure that it's you being pregnant or something else is going on. Lo and behold, after all that, I fell through the deepest of depressions that I've ever been in, ever. Like, I was just like, wow, I never would have thought that this would happen to me. But it happens to everybody. So many people come at me when it happens to them, and they're like, what would you do, Obi? And I'm over here like, dude, why are you asking me? Like, the only thing I'm going to tell you is you're my boy. I don't want you to get hurt, so stop going to that person. But then here I am doing the same thing.
I feel like with emotions, it's very hard to think rationally,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Like, as a friend, all you can do really is just to kind of have your hands open in case they fall or when they do fall.
Right, exactly. So, like, I mean, that's the most that I can offer them. Is like, all I can tell you is I'm going to be there for you, and I will listen to you all the time. And if you are about to make another mistake, I'm going to be like, yo, bro, you know what happened last time, right? You sure you want to do this again? You sure? But it is what it is.
We all have friends like that, to be honest.
Yeah, we all have that friend. Some of us are that friend in one point or another. We go through that shit all the time. Going back to what Kuma was saying about when he finally like just beat the shit out of the dude. He was baiting him the whole time. I know this. The moment he was saying that shit, is like, so he's gonna turn around, get his ass beat, and then she's gonna see it, and then she's gonna feel bad for him. And then what happened? Not even a minute later, he explains what happened in that whole situation. I'm like, yeah, that happens way too often, and that sucks that it happened to him. It happened to me too, where I was like, yo, I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this kid if he keeps talking, if he keeps being the same way. What happened? No, why would you do that? You're such a brute. I'm like, word? I'm a brute? What about all the shit that he's been putting me through this entire time? And you know exactly what he's been putting me through. I just couldn't take it anymore. And I stood up for myself. But I don't want to call them women, because women, to me, they know what they want. They know not to play games and all this other shit. Now, girls, you could be an immature girl up until like you're fucking 60 years old. age doesn't mean maturity at all.
Mm-hmm.
So when people talk about like why all men are like this or why it's not men or women. Men and women aren't like what you're talking about. What you are talking about is an immature little shit. Those are the same people that keep doing the same thing over and over again, and they don't care. So
all the time, a boy and a girl, all the fucking time.
To me, if you're a toxic person enough that other people use you as an example, it's because like, yo, man, you're not a grown up. You're not a fucking adult. You're not a man or a woman. You are a piece of shit, and you're making it harder for everybody else that actually wants to take it serious. I got friends right now that are trying to be with someone. They meet someone, and one of the funniest shits I can ever hear from someone is when they say, "You're too nice." Too nice? Really? Oh, so they want you to be an asshole. No, don't be an asshole. It's like, then you don't want them to be nice. What is it that you want? I don't know. Exactly. You don't know. You don't know. So don't try to put the blame on the other person how they are. If you don't know what you don't want, what you want. There's just been so many different relationships that I've been in. I've been in the live-in one. I've been in a long distance multiple times. You name it, I've done it. I've been in. Whoa. And from every one of them, I learned something. But the one hardest lesson that I learned is what I learned with that last one, and why I'm still single on purpose, and why at one point it did kind of slip out of my hands, and now I'm at the point where like, yo, I kind of ruined myself a little bit.
I feel you, bro.
I'm kind of curious, like how long does it take? Because in my mind, I can't imagine being in like on the context that everyone kind of builds relationships differently. I can't imagine being with somebody unless I really know for sure. Like if you're, and I feel like a lot of people create the dating spectrum, like the dating portion, to test out the waters. For me, that's never been the case. For me, it's always been like friendship is where I test the waters before I really see if they're really worthy of being my partner, you know?
Yeah.
And like I'm kind of curious to see like how long is that time for you?
See,
I mean,
me
personally, with the friendship thing, that's how I am. I don't believe in dating. I don't. It's either we're friends that we built something, and then next thing you know, we're in a relationship. Because like, yo, we see each other every day. We sleep over each other's houses. We treat each other this way. We are boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah. It happens, but I built it from the friendship. That's why I said on my
God, I feel like I need a beer or something in my hand.
Oh shit!
On my last one, I was like, yo, I've known this chick for 10 years, and she's gonna do me like that? Dude, what the fuck? That's what I'm saying. Like, with her, it was such a what the fuck moment, because I built a friendship with her. I knew a lot about her. We both, every time one is single, the other one was dating someone, and we were like, fuck, we missed our window. Yeah. We wanted to for the longest time, and then the one time that we were both single at the same time, like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's give it a go. But there you go. Even after learning and knowing and partaking with someone's life for the longest time, and then hopping into a relationship, and then finding out that they're actually a piece of shit, it's like, yo, how the fuck did I miss that? How? But I mean, there's always a way. There's always a way to like be blindsided by something because you're enamored by other things that like, you know, that you see in that person that makes you happy. You don't see the toxic side of that person because you're so enamored with the good qualities that you see in someone, even the ones that other people don't see first. There's been
Love is blind.
love is definitely a blind son of a bitch.
Shit.
And
Man.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm gonna be 39 in this coming month. I'm cool with where I'm at. I know that I would love to have someone with me, absolutely. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not ready. I still say that I'm not ready, even though my friends are like, "Yeah, you are."
Is
You
it
are
because
definitely
like
ready.
are you like a really social person? Like do you
I'm a very social.
are you
He
a
is.
like in that sort of way, like socially giving and
He is
you know what I mean?
extroverted like a motherfucker.
Ah, I see.
Well, here's the thing. I'm an introverted extrovert. I love staying home. I love having my own time and away from people because people suck. People just suck. But
True.
I'm not gonna be home bored out of my mind and making myself fucking sad because I'm home all day doing nothing. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna hang out with my friends and be happy. Be happy as much as I can and not have to fucking deal with like depression on my own, you know? Not saying that I'm depressed to the point where like I'm thinking stupid shit, but like, yo, depression is real. It happens. And in a time when you're on lockdown all the time, it's gonna happen. You will have those moments, those weak moments in your time where you're like, fuck, I'm so fucking down. Blah. But in reality, all you gotta do is maybe step outside for a second. Fucking ride a bike, take a walk, something. I don't know. And that's what I do. I go out and I see my friends and we hang out. I meet new people. I mean, for fuck's sake, just last night, great question that you asked me. Last night, I'm at this bar with my one friend. Then more people come in. Oh shit, it's Obi, my one friend that's known me since high school. Goes like, Obi, how the fuck do you know all these people? I'm like, I don't know. It just happens. At one point, we're just there having a conversation. This one person that I saw maybe like 10 minutes before I hung out with this guy, I thought they were going to go home or something or whatever, but she just happened to pop in. Next thing you know, they're having a grand old time, that one group, and then she notices me. Oh shit, it's Obi! The whole bar, the entire bar recognized that, and they all went wild. And I'm over here like, huh. Why? I just want to have my beer and relax. And why are y'all yelling my name? I'm a very outgoing person, but I'm also I'm gonna stay my ass home. I'm gonna stay my ass home, and I'm cool with it and fuck everybody type of shit.
Oh, Obi knew me long time. I'll go out, but people don't touch me. That's how I give that vibe. I'll go out.
I mean, there are times that like my friends look at me like, dude, how the fuck did you not end up with her? I was like, what do you mean? The two of you were hitting it off. I'm like, we were having a conversation. That's all it was. It was a fucking conversation. Yeah, but no, it was a conversation. If she really wanted to be with me and wanted to end up with me, she's old enough to tell me, yo, I really like you. Here's my number. Versus me trying to fucking figure it out or trying to fucking, okay, I'm picking my words wrong. Because, yeah, I can sit here and be like, I'm feeling the vibe, you're feeling the vibe, let me ask you for your number. And I've done it. I have no problem with saying, like, hey, here's my phone, put your number in it. Let's see what happens. I have no problem with doing that shit. And
see, at least you got that mindset.
But the fact of the matter is that I am at a point where mentally I am just not ready for anything right now. I will talk to you. I will hang out with you all day, every day. But unless you show me that you're worth my time at this point, especially since I'm going to be 39, I'll be 45 in no time. I have no time to fucking waste. And by that, I mean, like, I got shit to do, son. I got shit to do on a daily basis, B. Like, yo, if you don't want to hang out with me, don't hang out with me. That's cool. I'm not going to get hurt about it. But don't get my hopes up either. You know what I'm saying?
This is why I missed us hanging out, man. Because especially when the mechanic was around.
I miss mechanic.
Yeah, because you remember how it was when we hung out. It's like, yo, Obi, he could talk to any girl. I was just mostly there for just backup, if anything. I didn't talk to him because I didn't think I had a shot at all. But Kevin was like the middle guy. It's like he would touch the gas a little bit, but wouldn't go full on. And you remember that time we was on the train and he was thinking about talking to that shorty that was on the train?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And what did I do? I don't know if you remember. No, I just went up to the lady. I was like, yo, my boy wants to holler at you real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a good support tank, but I can't support myself. That's how I realize my thing in life. I don't see myself with any woman, to be honest, because of my PTSD with that I just see myself as a monster and whatnot. But I will help out a bro.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I miss Mechanic, man. It was that middle ground that we had.
Mechanic was a really good person, man.
Hell yeah. Jesus.
One of the best people.
But I mean, at least he actually did what I couldn't do. He was brave enough to actually get into relationships.
Yeah.
Even though they were bad women, but he still did that extra mile, what I couldn't do.
Right.
So I used to talk to him all the time about these girls, and I just be like, yo, these girls are fronting, man. You need to get out of that shit. But at least he did it, though.
Right. I mean, you got to get out there, because, I mean, you never know. You can't really judge a book by its cover. You can't, just because she's acting a certain way that day, doesn't mean that, like, she's going to be like that the whole time.
I don't know, man.
Like, she probably has her guard up, you know, because, I mean, just like us guys get hurt, they get hurt too. And you know what? There is a very vicious cycle. There's a very vicious cycle where both men and women, they go through a really bad relationship, and that's all they know. So they repeat on other people, and they don't even realize it half the time. They don't even know that they're treating people the way that they got treated.
I feel like
even though they're trying to change shit, you know.
I feel like we're giving women too much ammo right now, bro.
No, what do you mean too much ammo?
I don't think so.
We're being too vulnerable right now.
No, this is good. This is the shit that you would never say in your relationship.
See,
let's be real here.
This is the thing.
You would never say that to your partner because you'd feel too soft.
My inner beast is like hitting the panic button, like, yo, put the shield up. Put the shield up. Chill. You talking too much. You talking too much right now.
Me, when I'm in a relationship, I will talk to her about everything. I do not hide.
I'm not talking about in a relationship. I'm just talking about.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, look, I mean, these are our people, you know, like, they're gonna understand us, and if anything, they're gonna look out for our best interest, and see where we're fucking up. They'll be honest, 100%.
Nah, I just feel like my inner self is ruining my reputation right now. Somebody gonna try to come at me wrong.
You already admitted crying earlier, so I think all of that's out the window.
You didn't have to repeat that shit. God, don't.
I'm not gonna repeat about that situation that happened at the what was that store again we went to when we watched that movie?
Hey!
What?
What kind of best friend are you?
What? The best kind?
Sorry. Sorry, did I let that spill out? Oops.
You are hard. Ooh.
She said, oops, how surprised. Oh.
Oops, my bad.
Wait, what movie are you talking about?
Remember when we went into the city and we were wandering around, you thought this girl was cute and you try to flirt with her, and then I was like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, the GameStop girl.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, good lord.
Because, alright, so you want to share that story then? Because it was weird.
Alright, you go ahead and it's for you.
Alright, fine.
Yeah,
so
I want you to share one before I share another one.
Yeah. Alright, so we was just doing our hangout, going to the city, and some guy dropped a wad of money. It wasn't just like one bill. It was like a whole bunch of 20s. And, you know, nobody was claiming it. I picked it up and gave it to the GameStop girl. Like, yo, do whatever you want. If you find somebody who dropped it or whatever, look at the cameras, whatever. It was like, I think, $80 or some shit. Somebody dropped. I don't remember how the conversation went. All I know is that Mochiardi was getting pissed off at me. And she was just looking at me like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Because I was blowing it. I was literally blowing the whole thing. I don't know what kind of confidence I had to even talk to this woman, but I was fucking up.
Aww.
I forgot what he said, but I was like, oh my god. I just remembered my reaction saying, "Oh no!"
Yeah, I fucked up, man. I dropped the ball on that one really quickly.
And then as
Watching
soon
a
as we
car
get
crash
out,
in slow motion.
and then when we get out of the store, I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "My dude, what was that? What happened?"
I was like,
man.
it's like I walked outside, and it's like that whole time I'm walking, my inner demon is laughing at me because it knew that I fucked up. And when I went outside, and I was just like standing there, like, and I looked at Ing, and I was like, I fucked up, didn't I? And she just like, she had this perplexed look in her face, like, what was that? What happened? I don't fucking know. I'm a fighter. I don't talk to women. I could beat up people. That's my skill set. I have no skill points in my D&D character for charisma, okay? If this was a D&D game, there is no points in charisma.
I think we have a good idea, though, for the classes that you pick.
I mean, that's not hard. I pick a tank or a Titan in Destiny 2, or in this new game, Outriders, I pick the Devastator. I'm not in there trying to win the damsel's heart. I can't even do the love romances in Mass Effect. I just go in there and kick everybody's ass.
So what you're saying is you're not a bard.
Fuck no. I ain't serenading nobody. I'll take the bard's ukulele or whatever the hell it is.
Maybe that's your problem then. Maybe you should start serenading somebody.
Hell no. I'm not the toss your coin to your Witcher guy.
I'm just saying.
I'm not even Geralt. At least he get the pull.
So I'm just saying.
I'm too busy the guy that kills the demon in the cave and goes to the bar, and the girl probably try to talk to me, and I'll just pull out the demon's head like, look what I did.
Scared her the fuck off. Some women might be into that though.
Yeah, okay. If that was the case, because I already had a situation where a girl thought that she wanted a monster, but it was a lie. The goth scene girl. But Obi, tell your story because I feel embarrassed enough as it is.
You shouldn't feel embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed.
It's a learning process. You need to trial and error.
I'm 38 years old. I think I'm way past the learning process. I'm just that person that's just
never too late.
I'm just that person. If Love Life was a coach and I was on a team, I'm just gonna always be benched because they like, nah, we ain't putting you on the court. We can't. You just no. You're just here for show. We're just using you for examples of what not to do.
Wow.
That's what I am in life right now. Don't do what he does.
All right, well, just give up then, Kuma. Just don't even bother.
Ben gave up. What are you talking about?
Just, you know what?
I Ben gave up.
Just
what are we talking about here?
Into the garbage. That's all.
God.
You say less because that happened about 5 years ago.
What's this, reverse psychology?
It ain't working.
No, I'm just agreeing with what he's saying because he wants us to agree.
I don't want y'all to do anything. I'm just sharing stories now. You just making it something else at this point.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Obi, share your story.
Okay, well, I mean, pretty recently. I mean, not even like a week ago or something. I was out with another friend of mine. We were, just trying to have a good time. And we ended up, because another friend of his calls him up. This is like, yo, let's meet up at a strip joint. Now, I'm not a strip joint person. I don't like strippers. Not that I don't like them. Though. I just don't believe in paying for blue balls.
I go for the food. The food is always good at a strip club, though.
But I mean, I know it's it's a joking thing for me to say. It really is.
It is.
But the fact of the matter is, like, I'm not here to like pick anyone up or anything like that. So why the fuck am I even trying to? But that's besides the point. So, anyways, he's trying to talk to all our other friends about like, yo, for the past couple of whatever, I've been trying to tell Obi to fucking step up and meet a girl and all this shit, right? But every time I see him, he's just, just like meh. And everyone's trying to tell him like, yo, you don't understand. Obi's a little picky for a really good reason. He's been through some shit, and now he's like, yo, he's trying to guard himself. But then he's like, but you don't understand. He had this girl that wasn't even a stripper or anything. He had this girl taking off her shirt in front of him. And I'm over here like, yeah, well, you know, I admired her tattoos. She's like, but dude, you don't understand. She was just showing you the sleeve. And next thing you know, you said something to her, and she's taking off her entire shirt. She's about to take off her pants, and she's just a bartender there. And I'm like, well, okay. I see nothing about that's like wrong or whatever. I was just like, I'm thinking about the tattoo. Like, yo, that shit looks fire, and I know who did it. I know who did it. And she's like, who did it? I'm like, I said it, and she's like, oh my god, how do you know? I'm like, I know the people in the industry, and I know all the tattoos that go out in the fucking state. So, anyways, he's like, how the fuck do you do that? How do you do that, Obi? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All I'm doing is having a conversation with a lovely person, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, but there's no but. It's just, I was just having a conversation. There's nothing special about it. But then he turns around, he's like, then how come you're not in a relationship? How come you're not trying to bag a chick? When was the last time you had sex? I'm like, really?
God,
Really?
like, why is it a contest all the time?
Exactly. And I'm over
understand
here like, bro, like, who gives a fuck? Who honestly gives a shit? Do you not understand that? Like, I'm not okay. I'm not 100% there mentally or emotionally. I'm not there. And even all that turned into a physical. I'm not physically there. I let myself go. I let myself go through pandemic and didn't even realize it until it was too late.
Oh, you and me both, honey.
By too late, I mean like, I know that I can rebound, no problem. But like, by the time that I looked, I'm like, yo, I broke a number that I never thought I'd break. What the fuck?
Yay for quarantine 20.
Mm-hmm.
And 20 is a nice number. Anyway, we're not going to talk about the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I just find it funny that, like, someone like him, he tells me on a not so much on a constant, but like he has no problem with women. He has zero problem. He's like, Obi, you have the gift of gab. How come? I'm like, dude, you have the gift of gab. No, I don't. I'm like, yeah, you do. But you get drunk. You get drunk, and that's when it comes out. Me, I'm sober as shit, and I can talk to someone. I don't flirt. I think flirting is a waste of time. But I believe in banter. Banter's a good thing.
There's also a time and place to flirt. You can flirt in between banter.
Absolutely. Sometimes it'll just come out. Maybe it just comes out and I don't even realize it. And I think, if anything, that would be the best way because it's genuine that way. It's very genuine. I'd rather be genuine with a person than like trying to fucking fill up her fucking head with like stories or like things that just aren't me. Not to mention, so many people, for some fucking reason, they're always like, you need to meet this guy Obi that I know. And I'm like, why? Why? Do y'all people not understand that? Like, I'm just not there. If I get into, I know for a fact that if I get into a relationship right now, it would be so unfair for the other person. Not even me, for the other person. I'm in a different mindset right now that all I think about is work and maybe a beer or two. I don't have time for like anybody. I mean, if someone wants to like come over, hang out, awesome, high five. You want to sleep over? Great. If you want to do things, I'm cool with it too. But don't think that I'm trying to be in a relationship because I'm not. And
but I feel like the
the
problem with that is that we as a society put so much emphasis on living a certain way. Like, you're a kid, you go through school, you graduate from school, you get a job, you find somebody, you marry, say, somebody, and then you also make babies with said somebody, start a family. Cycle is just so ingrained in our society and the way people think. It's that when they see somebody single, and not, at the appropriate quote unquote age to be single, they look at that as something is wrong, and they either need to remedy it by helping you find somebody. They think it's something that you're not doing and you need a hand with. It's just like when a guy and a man and a woman they can't be friends.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, which is
I
bullshit.
hate that.
And it's so ingrained in our society that when we see a man and a woman get along well, but they're not in a relationship, they're like, but you guys get along so well. It's just, yeah, so what?
It's either that or, oh, you guys are just in the friend zone. I will say it right now, and anyone that wants to listen to this shit, there is no such thing as the friend zone. You are either friends or you're friends that do things, or you're in a relationship. That's it. There's no. Oh, all my friends are in this. No. There's no. You are friends, or you're friends that are doing things.
Yep.
Flat out.
Pretty much.
And it's difficult though. It's like we're at the age where we're not in the it's okay to be single for age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people our age are either already having kids, already married, or are looking to have kids. And it's such a socially ingrained thing that we can't, like, people can't break out of it. Absolutely. And I get it. It's like, so it's the art of human self-preserving. This is why we're so successful as a species. We make babies. That's it, and they live. So I don't know what to say. This is true. We're not going to talk about that. It's a different topic. But you know what I mean? Like, I find it extremely annoying, but I also accept that this is just part of our culture.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I agree. I'm just
like
at
Kuma
the point
said.
Where, like, come on.
What I say?
Like Kuma said, with the whole, I don't really want to get in a relationship because I feel like there's nobody for me. But a lot of people can't accept that because they feel like there is somebody for somebody, and we fall into the pitfalls of believing in that. And that may be true that you might find somebody later on, but it's not necessarily something that anyone should force on you.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Depends how much you value it.
Exactly, but again, it depends on the person. The value of that. We're so used to seeing that. It's so part of our integral society of having this cycle that to us it seems so normal and so mandatory that even we ourselves look inside and feel kind of guilty for not being part of the social norm.
And yeah, it does plague my mind half the time that you start thinking about, what the hell did I do wrong to be in this situation? Why does society make me feel like that it's not normal and there's something wrong with me?
Right.
And
everyone feels that guilt, though. Anyone our age who is not married or have children probably feel that pressure and that guilt.
I mean, and sometimes it's not even about relationships. It could be with family, too.
It is.
Especially with family.
You know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about just romantic relationships now. We're talking about, like, all kinds of relationships that can make us feel that way.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying, like, in terms of getting married and having kids and stuff like that, it's so ingrained that we hear it every which way, either from our friends, our peers, our family members, like everywhere. Even ourselves, we question it.
It's like I had to explain
why, like Kuma said, why, what happened to me that I got myself here?
Yeah.
Because I had to explain that to my aunt and a few other people when they just like, I opened up to some people and let them know, I'm depressed, I'm going through some shit. And their response is, you need a girlfriend. I'm like, how the fuck?
A girlfriend's not good.
Is that going to help? You want me to die? Because obviously I can't make rational decisions in my state of mind. And if I do decide to pick a girl, I highly doubt that she's going to be healthy for me.
Right.
So how is that going to help me in any way? This is the mentality that some people have. And I just be looking at them like, wow. And just a disclaimer, please seek help if you have suicidal thoughts.
Like, you can't just like, that's like saying like I'm hungry, I need a sandwich. Like, getting a girlfriend isn't the same way,
It's not.
That's what that shit sounds like. Not. Oh, I'm lonely. Oh, I'll just get a girlfriend. Like, no.
Oh, like it's so easy. What's the girlfriend shop? I need to make a purchase. Do you have anything on sale in the back?
Mail order bride.
Do you have anything on sale in the back?
That's what it would be. That would be like the girlfriend shop hotline.
Word. I can see, and they'll ask like the first question, "What is your budget?" I'm like, It depends.
I actually read a horror story about that, by the way. I'm gonna link it to you guys later.
Oh God, I don't think I can handle it.
You'll be okay.
Okay, but yeah, it's just weird, and I don't know. I'm not gonna lose hope fully. I'm just still finding myself if I'm ready.
Right.
And it's probably gonna take a while.
That's absolutely fair. I
That's
feel
a
like people need to
huge,
respect
huge thing.
people's decisions
Absolutely.
about that.
Because
I mean, it just goes back to like the whole you're getting into a relationship when your mind isn't right. What's gonna happen? You're gonna repeat the cycle.
Yeah.
You're gonna probably end up hurting the other person, and then you're gonna feel like a piece of shit, even though you probably didn't mean to hurt the other person. It's just all.
Or like, you're gonna.
No, you can go, Mochi.
Oh, okay. Or you're gonna get into a relationship that you don't even want to be in, and you're just settling because you don't want to be alone. And I've seen countless women that are my age, a little bit younger than me even, that force themselves and pigeonhole themselves into relationships they don't necessarily want to be in, or getting married with somebody only because they want to live up to that social norm of getting married and having babies for a certain time frame. And it's absolutely depressing, but like for me, I don't think it's worth it, but for them, they might feel more worth it to settle and have the ideal life that they want than to not have it at all because they decided at the time they weren't ready. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't really judge people if they find it worthwhile.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And like at the end of the day too, it's like how much are we putting this up against like other relationships that we've seen? Because for all we know, like 25-year relationships could end in an instant if they really
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like
my God,
you know about like parents who like, you know, their kids grow up and shit and then they divorce and after all of it's said and done. So like what the fuck?
They did it for the kids, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
They did it for the children.
It's like they realized later on in life that we wasn't really much of a match. But to segue a little bit into the whole matching thing, somebody brought up an interesting point on the social media that with all these dating apps and everything like that, with all these options, people got the illusion that they got so many options so they don't end up with anybody.
Oh, you have so many fucking options, that's for sure.
You do.
But
you just have to look at the options and be like, shall I jump off bridge or shall I walk down the street?
But I get what he's trying to say, where it's kind of hurting society, where people swipe left too much, even with reality, because they're like, no, I'm not going to give this guy a chance. I got other options. You know, they don't really give them a chance at all.
Right.
They just automatically swipe them out the way. And and I can see that as a growing problem. Culture. Yeah, that's our culture now.
Yep.
So I see that as a growing problem where people just don't even try anymore. They just let it go. Or even like a few years ago where we was talking about it in Japan, the dating scene has dropped so much where it became worrisome because, you know, a lot of women have careers now. They into their own self and everything like that. So a lot of people ain't dating like that. Things are starting to come into that point where, yes, being in a relationship is no longer an obligation anymore.
Well, in Japan, it's a completely different thing, though. The reason why the women are not doing it.
No, I agree, but I'm talking about how it bleeds into other stuff where in Japan it's a different reason, but everywhere else it's like, you know, I don't really need it right now. But in Japan it's a totally different reason. It's like I thought it was like a women and men ratio is totally different. Somebody said that as a statistic or something like that. They did a study.
Oh, no, that's China.
Oh, that's China. Oh, okay.
Yes, that's China. Japan has its own situation where if the woman has a child, you must quit your goddamn job.
Oh, I'm not even talking about the child thing. I'm talking about just.
Oh no! When you get married, you have a baby, and you quit your goddamn job. That's it. That's how it works in Japan.
No one's gonna hire. No one hires pregnant women or mothers.
That's right.
Oh shit!
It's fucking terrible. Yeah. Like,
and that's why these women don't want to give up their lifestyle. Why would they want to like bind themselves to that kind of shit?
And I get that.
Yeah.
I get that because it's not a fair scenario. Like, you shouldn't have to give up you sustaining yourself just because you decide to become a mom.
Yeah,
that's not fair at all.
There's all kinds of Asian dramas about that shit.
Oh,
and this is why women are making babies over there.
Trust me, I watch enough K-dramas and all that stuff to know to be like, wow, this is fucked up.
Guilty Gear was right. There's no more Japanese people.
Wait, Guilty Gear is right. What are you talking about?
Didn't you played Guilty Gear storyline? You know where Baiken and Anzo were the last 2 Japanese people genetically in the world?
I don't play the story on it because
Anji? Was it Anji? It was Anji.
You're right. Oh, shit.
I forgot which one, but now the
fan
story
guy?
mode on fucking
biking.
But yeah, well,
and the chick
the
with one
reason
arm?
why I don't play the story mode anymore on Guilty Gear games is because it's a movie now.
Yeah, they
you don't
totally
actually
changed it.
play.
Mochiati.
You're just there pressing X. Okay, next scene.
It's a long, I remember sitting there for almost 5 hours just watching an anime.
I'm gonna do that when I'm watching YouTube. I'm gonna watch a whole YouTube of that.
It's a whole thing. You sit down there and watch that.
I was caught off guard the whole Kai and Dizzy thing. I was like, what the actual fuck? What?
Wait, what? The Kai and what?
Dizzy.
The Kai and Dizzy thing?
What about him?
Exactly.
But we're going off topic.
Why?
We're going off topic.
No, I mean, no.
Going off topic. Going off topic.
Okay. Not talking about that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Guilty Gear was right, though. They said the whole Japanese people, there being the last 2, is going to be like that because they have an upside-down triangle for their population. Because of their society, and they refuse to change it.
Okay. Well, anybody got final thoughts on this topic? Words of wisdom. Or close to it.
I will try to give words of wisdom about this.
I will try. Don't be a piece of shit and be. If you're gonna be,
you go first, Sobi. You go first.
I don't even know where in the topics of relationships we're talking about.
Everything, I think.
Everything at this point. Yeah. We just hit everything.
If you're not ready to be in a relationship, don't be in a relationship.
It's okay. Don't feel guilty about it.
It's fine. Facts. And if someone comes at you with like, well, you should be with someone, look at them and ask them, so is this your 3rd marriage or
just simply say mind yours.
Yeah, mind your own goddamn business.
No, that's the thing though. When you tell them to mind theirs, they do it even worse. They get in your business even more. So that's why I go with the should you be the one telling me? Because you're like on your 3rd or 4th marriage.
I'm not going to even get that personal with somebody because I'm just going to say, simply put, your life must be that boring that you got to worry about what's going on in mine.
Yep.
Straight up, you should be definitely minding your own goddamn business because, for one, I didn't ask for your help. 2, I'm not looking for your help. And 3, go F yourself. I'm trying not to curse so much. But yeah, go do something with yourself. Don't treat my life like your personal K-drama or some shit like that.
But they want to feel I think people want to feel that empowerment that said, I'm
helping.
I'm helping.
Like, no, you're not.
Help. Stop helping.
The people that try to set you up with somebody. I could tell that what the fuck story. Somebody tried to set me up with somebody, it did not go well.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, whenever that happens, it never goes well. As you can see from my life experience, never meet anybody in setups, ever.
It literally lasted only 2 minutes.
Oh.
She came, she was excited until she saw me. Immediately, when I saw her reaction, I deaded it.
Wow.
Because I was
I gotta tell you guys about Jason.
Oh! We got the what the fuck story from Citrus, let's go!
It's not as epic as other people's, but man, it was cringe for sure.
Okay, we're starting at 1 hour and 3. Okay, cool.
Oh god. Yeah, I guess it's my turn to share.
Yep.
So before my current partner, of course, like everybody else, I jumped on the internet to try to meet people. And I met this guy, like, I make it very clear, like, the type of shit that I like, and it's pretty easy to, like, vet through people. This person I talk about, he seems like a really normal person. But, like, the thing is, no, he definitely was. But he was, like, too normal.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So we go on this date, right? I'm like, I really love video game. I really love video games, and so like we meet up at this arcade in our local area. It's pretty famous arcade. I don't know if I'm not gonna out myself. I'll just say it's an arcade. And we show up. Well, I show up. This guy is like late, first off, but because he couldn't figure out what the place was. This guy tells me he loves video games. Like, he really loves video games. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So we go there, and we meet at like the bar portion because it's like a arcade bar thing. And yeah, I find him in the restaurant there, and I'm like, hey, do you want to go play games? And he was just like, yeah, sure. And he like knew nothing about like the arcade or whatever. It was like so cringy, and like the thing is, like, I wouldn't even really care that much, but like, don't fucking like sell it to me like you love this shit. And then, you know, I realized that like, oh, you know, this isn't working out, so I'm like, maybe we'll just walk around the city, right? So we walked around the city, and as we talked, I could see him get really uncomfortable like over time, and eventually he was like, yeah, you remind me of my sister. She's kind of a troublemaker, and like she's kind of like really out there. And I'm like, huh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna leave. My bus stop is just right over around the corner. I'm gonna head out. And my bus stop was hella far, dude. It was like 6 blocks away. Like, it was so fucking far. But I was like, I can't. Like, what? You just wasted my fucking time.
That's an oh hell no story.
Yeah, and the only reason why I call him Jason is because I don't remember his name. It was like Jeffrey, Jason, John. I don't fucking know.
He was Jackass. Let's just put it that way. Jackass.
Yeah. He was, yeah.
He was Jackass.
No, we just lost her.
Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
She'll be back.
No!
She'll be back.
Yeah, right in the point of the story. Damn, that's a Jackass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was, as we were playing video games too, like, I'm competitive, first off. So, and I'm like kicking this guy's ass. I'm like, maybe he's just trying to like be easy. And first off, this guy shows up in a fucking suit to the arcade. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, this guy shows up in like a fucking like, I don't know, like, I can't tell if like he worked in management or something, but he was like way too dressed up for an arcade. That's all I know.
The hell?
That's shit.
That's weird.
Wow.
A suit. Damn.
That's doodoo, baby.
That is doodoo. That's poo-poo water.
What really got me was the fact, it's like, oh yeah, you're my sister. Like, oh, what? Oh.
That's just as bad as calling you like your mother.
Yeah, agreed.
Ooh. Oh. Jesus Christ. I'm glad you found Nolan. Like, real talk.
Yeah.
Because I was about to beat up the other one. You know what I'm talking about.
Nolan actually plays video games, which is nice.
No, I'm just telling you, that other one, I was about to kick his ass.
The funny part is like, when I first met Nolan, because like, I'm not gonna lie, when I was after a whole phase where I'm like, I'm never gonna date Asian guys, because when I was younger, Asian guys used to bully me all the time. It was always like the Korean kids always trying to pick on me. So I was like, I'm never gonna date an Asian guy. I'm never gonna bring an Asian guy home. And then I started hanging out with Nolan. I was like, I actually like this guy. Am I just going through like an Asian boy phase? So I
a BTS phase?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, okay, so this Jason dude, he was an Asian guy. I'm like, maybe I'm just going through some sort of Asian phase. Like, and then after that date, I realized, no, I actually really like Nolan. It's not a phase.
Yeah, you fell in love with the personality. That's what it was. You found the right personality in that genre.
What do you mean by genre?
In BTS?
I'm talking in gamer terms. Like, I don't like sports games, but I enjoy NBA Jam or Mutant League Football, so I found the personality I like in that genre.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hysterical, though. He called you his sister.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's just like, dude. I know you wanted to end the night, but damn, you didn't have to pour salt on the wound and shit. Like, God, damn, just say, yo, I had, it was cool, but I don't think this is working out, and, I hope you have a good night. At least, but damn, he just burnt he blew up the whole bridge.
That's too bad.
Like, he was just mad because I beat him and I don't know, probably DDR or something. I don't fucking know.
Well, I mean, you're wearing a suit playing DDR. Of course, you're gonna get your ass beat.
If you can play DDR with a suit, I give you props.
Facts.
I thought I had a bad fucking dating app experience, but that one took it. That one.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Don't feel bad. I gotta envy y'all.
I mean, like in comparison, like, yo, this shit. I mean, this should not make it into the episode. So, man,
what?
Yeah, this one should not be making it into the episode. By the way.
So well, we're about to close out this episode because we're on past an hour.
Right. Well, in any rate,
closing thoughts.
Found someone on the thing and all the shit. And it was cool. We were talking like every day, but because of the pandemic, we're like, let's say keeping distance and everything, all that shit, right? Blah, blah, blah. Every night, we would not go to sleep until like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, talking every night. Then we finally said, yo, I gotta go do this thing. You want to hang out? And I'm like, yeah, sure, fine. I'll finally meet up with you and shit, right? We're running an errand for her, okay? We ended up going to a mall in East Bumblefuck to pick up some stuff, right? I don't mind. I'm trying to get to know this person. I'm joking with her. All this stuff, right? Yada, yada, yada. Because we're having really great conversations every time we're on the phone. She has seen me plenty of times because, nowadays you could just pick up your phone and be like, hey, FaceTime, and you're good to go, right? I noticed something is happening. I'm like, yo, did I give you a bad impression or something? She's like, I just didn't feel the love. I'm like, yo, what? You didn't feel the love? Huh? This is the first time we've hung out. How are you gonna feel the love? Huh? Did you not have a good time? Yeah, I had a good time. Then what? I mean, huh? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I did speak to another friend of mine about it.
I think she was expecting like roses, a diamond ring, maybe a puppy.
She's over here talking about like we're gonna rush through this stuff because I only got an hour and then I gotta go meet up with other people. I'm like, so you're already putting a time limit on this? Great, awesome, fantastic. We had lunch and everything. We had a good conversation. So I'm thinking to myself like, where was the love gonna come from? I don't.
She was waiting for that spark.
She was waiting for the Disney spark.
Oh boy.
Does it spark joy? Does it make it go zing?
Oh my lord.
I talked to another friend of mine, this chick that I've known for a very long time.
I'm done.
And she was like, Obi, you just dodged the greatest bullet ever.
That's you did.
That's the type of chick. And then she went on and on. I'm like, yo, man, you're right. You are absolutely right. So I'm happy. I'm happy that I missed out on that.
You have no idea how many people I tell that to. I'm like, my dude, please don't. And they do it anyway. And I'm like, why would you do this?
Right?
I'm like, why? I warned you. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 fucking times, motherfucker. Why are you still doing it?
Well,
I'm not gonna lie. I've told my friends, I'll be here. That's it.
Alright.
Kuma, I think we already did our closing argument. So
I think so, because now it's like we gotta go.
No, we really said like, when you're ready, you're ready. If you're
okay. I didn't think everybody said this. I didn't know.
We did.
Yeah,
okay.
We established that,
Gonna end it now.
That's it.
Fine. Okay, that's it. Bye, everybody.